The message coming out of Germany is clear. Bayern Munich have placed Brian Brobbey at the top of their summer shortlist, and that alone reflects the scale of his rise. At 24, in his first Premier League campaign with Sunderland A.F.C, he has gone from a calculated €20 million signing from Ajax to a forward now valued in the €40 50 million range. That jump isn't driven by hype, but by profile. Under Régis Lebris, Brobbey has developed into the type of striker elite clubs actively seek. Explosive over short distances, physically dominant, and tactically sharp in the way he disrupts defensive structures. Bayern aren't taking a gamble. They're targeting a player who has already shown he can destabilise Premier League backlines through movement and presence, exactly what their next attacking cycle requires. This is where the story shifts beyond the player and into the system that identified him. Sunderland's recruitment model is now being compared to that of Brighton and Hove Albion, and not by accident. The data flagged Brobbey well before the market adjusted. 6 goals in 25 matches doesn't immediately justify a doubled valuation if viewed purely through output. But Sunderland aren't buying output, they're buying scalable traits. His pressing intensity, ability to occupy centre-backs, and efficiency off the ball align directly with what top-level clubs demand from modern forwards. Arsenal FC had previously monitored him, but hesitated over the price-to-performance balance at the time. Sunderland didn't. They invested, developed, and now hold an asset that fits elite tactical frameworks while strengthening long-term financial sustainability. This isn't just recruitment, it's asset building. The recent clash with Tottenham Hotspur offered a clear illustration of both Brobbey's edge and resilience. His involvement in the physical sequence that led to Christian Romero's injury wasn't reckless. It reflected total commitment to an intense pressing system. He operates on the limit because the system demands it. What followed off the pitch, however, highlighted a more serious issue. The racial abuse directed towards him was met with swift and firm condemnation from Sunderland. That response matters. Internally, it strengthens unity. Externally, it reinforces the club's identity as both competitive and principled. For Brobbey, moments like this don't weaken resolve, they reinforce it. He is no longer just a successful signing. He is becoming a symbol of a club defined by intensity and conviction. Looking ahead, the international calendar adds another dimension. Brobbey's trajectory with the Netherlands national team, following his involvement in UEFA Euro 2024, points towards potential inclusion in the next FIFA World Cup squad. Tournament exposure acts as a multiplier. A strong showing could push his value well beyond current estimates. This leaves Sunderland facing a strategic crossroads. Cash in at peak value and reinvest through their model, or retain a striker who could be pivotal in pushing towards European qualification. Meanwhile, Bayern are refining their squad with precision, fully aware that Brobbey represents a rare and rising profile. So the question becomes unavoidable. If Bayern submit an offer exceeding €50 million, do Sunderland follow the logic of their model and sell at maximum return, or break their pattern to retain a player capable of elevating their competitive ceiling? At what point does financial discipline begin to clash with sporting ambition? And perhaps most importantly, can a club built on data afford to ignore what the data is now clearly indicating about the value of keeping him? So the question becomes unavoidable. If Bayern submit an offer exceeding €50 million, do Sunderland follow the logic of their model and sell at maximum return, or break their pattern to retain a player capable of elevating their competitive ceiling? At what point does financial discipline begin to clash with sporting ambition? And perhaps most importantly, can a club built on data afford to ignore what the data is now clearly indicating about the value of keeping him?